During the latter part of Dave Chappelle's performance on Wednesday, he had a conversation with a member of the audience. It was during this exchange that he noticed a man in the front row recording him. Chappelle abruptly ended his show upon noticing the individual in question, confronting him directly and notifying security. Expressing his disappointment, he addressed the audience, elaborating to the crowd on his strict no-phone policy during shows, before leaving the stage, visibly frustrated. The comedian, who has gained controversy for his explicit comedy and faced criticism from the LGBTQ+ community, compared a phone being directed at him to a firearm. This incident occurred during the second night of a 5-night performance at the Seminole Hard Rock, held between Christmas and New Year's Eve. To ensure compliance with the no-recording policy, the use of cell phones and other recording devices was strictly prohibited during the show. Attendees were made aware of this restriction at the time of ticket purchase, and the venue was adorned with signs reinforcing the policy. In order to enforce this rule, attendees were required to secure their phones in yonder bags before entering the venue. These bags remained locked throughout the event and could only be opened in designated areas outside the theater. Even DJ Trauma, responsible for the onstage introductions, reiterated the no-phone policy to the audience before the show commenced, warning that anyone found in possession of a phone would be escorted out. At this point, it is questionable whether the policy adopted by Chappelle is sensible or whether it is not rather excessive. On the one hand, it is certain that the spectator did not abide by the rules, which were clear as day, and deserved to be punished for it. On the other hand, it is unclear what was the fault of all the rest of the audience, who suffered the same punishment as that one spectator, despite having abided by the rules and thus being entitled to enjoy the show they paid for. In the world of music, it is customary to see crowds filming concerts with their phones, and it is not uncommon for performers to address the audience's smartphones directly so as to give them a memorable shot. There, too, there are copyrights at stake, and there, too, there may be a special coming out on Netflix, yet there is no attempt to prevent the audience from taking home a glimpse of the show, perhaps sensing that social shares of those clips, long from being able to rival the finished product, may rather advertise the show and the artist. It must be said, however, that an artist cannot perform on command, and the audience can certainly throw him off his game. In this sense, legendary are the rants of jazz pianist Keith Jarrett. However, a stand-up comedian should be able to play with these interferences, since interaction with the audience, always unpredictable, is part of his bag of tricks.